Welcome to Rise Up Voices from the Front Lines, your window into relationships, identity, safety, emotional awareness, regulation and intelligence, unleashed potential, passion and purpose.
Hey everyone, this is Krista Fee with Battle to Be, and tonight is a very special episode, and I really questioned whether I was going to say anything at all, but I believe that I have to. You've heard the headlines. You've probably felt the shock ripple across social media feeds and the news cycles. Charlie Kirk has been assassinated. He was shot down on stage during his American comeback tour at Utah Valley University. Let that sink in for a moment. A man on a stage speaking his truth, silenced by violence. Now, whether you admired him or opposed him, whether you followed his work or never paid much attention, his death is not just a headline, it is literally a warning. It is a wound, and it demands that we stop pretending we're safe if we stay silent. So here's why this hits me like a freight train. This one hits way too close to home. I speak too, not with his reach, not with his audience numbers, but I take stages, I record this podcast, I lead a movement, and I put my voice into the world on issues that society would rather ignore. Human trafficking, the abuse and sale of children, the exploitation of women, the darkness that most people prefer to scroll past. And when I heard that Charlie Kirk was assassinated while speaking, my first thought wasn't about politics. It wasn't left or right. My first thought was that could be me. Because when I stand up against systems of exploitation, when I refuse to bow down to hate or fear, when I speak truth into dark corners where people are profiting off pain, I make myself a target. And here's the kicker. His death doesn't make me want to back away. It makes me double down. What was his sin? What made someone pick up a weapon and decide that he didn't deserve to keep breathing? Was it his political views? Was it his skill as a debater, sharp, logical, and relentless? Or was it something deeper? Because I believe the real thorn was his faith. Because let's be real. We live in a society where faith is mocked, where belief in God is treated as a weakness, where conviction is painted as extremism. And Charlie didn't hide his faith. He didn't tuck it into polite corners. He led with it. He declared it, and he lived it. And that, maybe more than anything else, unsettled people, because faith, real, lived, unshakable faith, makes you ungovernable. You can't bribe it. You can't bully it. You can't scare it quiet. And so I have to say it here and now. I will not be silenced either. Not by threats, not by hatred, not by whispered warnings or outright violence, because silence isn't peace. Silence isn't safety. Silence is surrender. And I refuse to surrender. Freedom. Let's talk about that word for a second. It's tossed around like a slogan, but freedom isn't fireworks on the 4th of July or the right to vote once every few years. Freedom is the ability to choose your own integrity, to stand in your values, to say, this is who I am, this is what I believe, and I will not bow. That is freedom. And here's the truth. It will cost you something. Real freedom is never cheap. It may cost comfort. It may cost relationships. It may cost safety. And sometimes, tragically, as we just witnessed, often it costs your life. But the alternative is living small, living silent, living bent beneath fear. And that is not living at all. So here's where I land. If my life is the cost for speaking truth, so be it. But my legacy will never be fear. It will never be hatred. And it will never be compliance. My legacy will be love. Fierce, protective, uncompromising love. The kind of love that refuses to let children be sold. The kind of love that refuses to watch women be broken down. The kind of love that calls evil what it is and doesn't blink. To love in a world like this is an act of defiance. Now let me ask you, where do you stand? Do you believe that your voice matters? Do you believe that your choices matter? Or do you tell yourself that keeping quiet keeps you safe? Because silence won't save you. If they could silence Charlie with a bullet, and we respond by silencing ourselves, then evil has already won. And I'm not willing to hand over victory like that. So what about you? Will you rise, even trembling, even afraid? Will you stand? Charlie Kirk's assassination is not just a tragedy. It's a signal. It's a reminder that voices matter. Convictions matter. Faith matters. And as for me, I will not go quietly. I will continue to speak truth. I will continue to speak love. And I will always speak freedom until my very last breath. Because silence is not an option. My name is Krista Fee, and I am with Battle to Be and Rise Up Phoenix Trauma and Crisis Institute.
Become a Rise Up Hero sponsor to provide mental wellness and crisis response resources for those who serve country and community. Join us in the Rise Up movement today.